So, you want to take some spicy, sexy photos, but you have no idea what way to do it? I have 5 literally simple steps that you can do to turn any photo that you make into a masterpiece. You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and say like, subscribe, join the membership, all those YouTuber things go on now. Hi, my name is Insight. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you are new. But to get into the important stuff, there are 5 simple things that you need to do if you ever want to feel good. So, step number 1 is to literally figure out your body shape. So I will put a diagram right here. Round, triangle, inverted triangle, rectangle, pear, diamond, hourglass, right? And you will fall on a spectrum of one of these. If you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I'm not sure which one I exactly feel, I feel like my body type's not there, pick one that is the nearest to who you are or what your body looks like. And if you look at it and you're like, none of them are just me, baby, your body type is you. Your body type is you. At the end of the day, these are just to help point you a direction, but these shouldn't deter you in what type of poses you do, right? So, step 1 was to figure out your body type. Step 2 is to literally figure out your pose. You can literally go on Google right now and type to yourself how to pose with such and such body type. Sexy poses, spicy poses, poses for mothers, poses to send your significant other, poses for him, her, they, so on and so forth. There's like a billion things that you could type in, right? And those are great ways to start. You can find them based off of your shape, or you can find it based off of folks that you like. Your shape should not stop you from the pose. So if there's like a specific person, like say I like Lola Bunny, and I see that she poses like this, I can go pose like that. Even if my body type doesn't look like hers, if I feel like that will make me feel good, then you should do it. This could be for any animated character, real character, something that you remember from your life, somebody that just inspires you, like just take their pose. Step 3, right? Get that confidence up. If your confidence is not up, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work. You cannot fake it till you make it in this type of thing. And I know that sounds really terrible, but I swear it is true. Because there's nothing more obvious than somebody that is trying their hardest to look sexy and it doesn't come out. It should feel effortless, even if it's the hardest pose in the world. If I want to turn my ass around, right? Turn around, show my body, I gotta do 7 steps or whatever. If this shit does not look effortless, if it doesn't look like I just put in all like my effort or did what I could to make this easier, it's going to be so obvious. So you need to get that confidence up whatever way that you can. That could be doing a dance party, finding something that brings you happiness. Your nails done, get your toes done, get your hair done, go get a facial. Do not get a cream pie, but if that makes you happy, then do what you have to do. Just something that ends up making you feel good within your skin. If you do not feel good within your skin, it just defeats the whole purpose of the photo. Don't do that for yourself. By the way, if you have to get your confidence up with something else, that is okay, but don't let it be the main focal point. It should not take from you. So if I'm insecure and I don't like my body shape, but I know I feel better if I like hide a specific part, you need to find a way that makes it look effortless and sexy too. If I'm not too happy with my tummy, but I have something that I can use, like say a cowboy hat, right? I might not be too happy with my tummy, but maybe he's a cowboy, right? So I'm finding a good pose and I'm covering this up, but who knows, I could be nude and all I have is this cowboy hat blocking vital area. You know what I mean? So you gotta make sure you're going to use a prop to build up your confidence. It needs to be right and it should not take away from you. Step 4. Step 4 is kind of a 2-parter. So you need to figure out your location and your outfit. Both of those are extremely important. Say like I want to do a sexy photo on the ground. I realize I got like a bunch of shit behind me, right? And I'm not comfortable with that. That takes away from the photo. I could look like the sexiest thing in the world, and yes, folks will notice, but you might feel uncomfortable because you know what's at the back. I've seen stuff on Twitter where somebody posing their body and it's just a massive mess in the back. Yes, folks still saw them posing, but I bet you they thought of the mess. If you know that it'll upset you, then do something about it. If it won't, then this doesn't matter. But you gotta make sure you're happy with where you're at. So if you wanna go out to the forest to pose in this picture, that's completely okay. Pick your good spot. If you wanna go on the bed, you feel like you look better spread out and laid on the bed, then do that. You gotta go to the bathroom, wanna go into the shower, you gotta go somewhere. Just pick your spot and make sure it's accessible for when you do the picture. Because if you're like, oh, I'd rather do it in the lake, right? But the lake is shut down and will be shut down for effective immediately, maybe that's probably not gonna work. Or if you're like, I kind of want to do it in my gym or something, but you go to like a public gym, so it'll practically be like nudity and indecency, public indecency. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. I'm just gonna say, sometimes jail isn't worth it. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Don't quote me on that. Jail is never worth it. Jail is never worth it. Jail is never worth it. But either way, make sure your spot is for you. That is very important. And you gotta make sure the outfit is good too. Maybe you done got your confidence up. Why would you get a terrible outfit that does not make you feel good? Not it at all. It should be something that makes you feel in your own skin. So if that's extremely sexy, that's straight. You could be in your birthday suit and that's good. If that's slightly sexy, it's like a good cover up on your body, but like it still shows your body, that's good too. Or if you need like a more modest approach, like maybe you're in pajamas, so it's like you still feel comfortable covered up, but you just have a sexy pose that goes with it. That is all good too. But regardless, you gotta make the clothes. The clothes cannot make you. The photo is of you. It's your spicy photo, not the clothes, not the poses, not your body types, not none of that. This is your shoot. Alright? Can't let nothing else stop that. And then the last step is to just take the picture. Set up your camera in the right spot, right? This step can be kind of hard because sometimes you're like, this is the perfect spot, but I can't get my camera in the right spot. Baby, be creative. You got some totes, use them totes. You got a cereal box, use that cereal box. You got a human that's disposable. Please don't have your kids doing this for you, but say like the person you want to take the picture for, just be like, hey, close your eyes and take this picture. Or maybe you're like an OF model and you just want new poses, right? And maybe you have a spouse that's willing to help you out. Have them do it. But there are so many things that you can use. So many things that you can use. Things in your daily life, your TV, your car, a tree, a bush, maybe a squirrel. Be creative. Just make sure it's in the right spot that you want, that you can take it in a way that you want. Because you can look up all this other stuff, but if it doesn't come out right, then what do? Improvise. Yes, those 5 steps seem easy, but sometimes you do have to improvise. Pay attention to what you need to do. So when you're looking for the spot and you feel like you know, I would highly recommend putting your phone or your camera, tripod, whatever it is, in different areas and see which one makes you feel the best. Truthfully, I would want to make sure that your assets are being observed. Let's say you have a pear body shape, right? Then maybe I want my phone to be a little lower so it shows my curves, the side. You know what I mean? Or say I have a round body shape. Maybe I want my phone to be somewhat middle height, but it's going to show my body coming up, my hands up, because there are certain poses that just go with everything. Last thing, if it ever comes down to it and you're like, I done did all this stuff inside, I don't feel comfortable, I just don't know what to do, there's nothing wrong with looking for somebody in your town or community to take these photos. Nothing wrong with that at all. You can easily look for somebody on Twitter, Facebook, especially Instagram. Instagram shows people who are constantly looking for new folks to shoot to get their clientele and their publicity up, you could say. And a lot of them are willing to give you like 1 to 5 free photos from it, no matter the type of photo shoot, as long as y'all agree with it. And what's one good photo? Free photo at that, and all you had to do was be their model. There are ways around it. You just need to work and figure out what you're comfortable with. Find somebody local or do somebody professional. Like say the picture you want is for your birthday. There are specific studios that do birthday deals. I, for my birthday, did a semi-nude photo shoot for mine, and I can easily show you the pictures, which I am going to show for evidence for all of this stuff. But here's one of the pictures right here, right? Spicy event. It looks good. I felt good. And it shows, right? It shows. But now that you know the steps, here are different poses I feel like would be good for each body type. Let's start with triangle. I was going to do a pose for somebody with a triangle body shape. I feel like a good pose for them would be a side pose, right? Because the triangle starts from right here, ends up right here. So these hips are something that you have. Finding something that I can lean on to where you're not worried about none of this, but it can accentuate my hips. And I can either show my hips for what they are, with my hand back, raise this one up, or I can show my side. So usually you're gonna have a lot of cake if you have a triangle body shape. And even if you're like, oh baby, I'm flat, twist back a little. They can't see the flatness as much if you have this spot showing. So I would do something like this. Maybe hold your body to make it look like you're effortless. But I would not do it this high. I would do it lower. If you don't want your face in it, this will definitely be the spot for you. So having something like this, stepping back, putting your right one forward, say this is your good side, and then just showing the hips that you have. So that's either showing it from this angle, making triangles, making it look good and slimming, pulling them back, or just focusing in on this spot. Say this is what looks good for me, right? Focusing in on this hip, this thigh, this booty, whatever it may be. But I would personally do a pose like this if I had a triangle body shape. Let's say I have a diamond shape. I know it seems like a little bit opposite of an hourglass, but it also depends on where it comes out. So your diamond shape could be this low. It could be up here, being right here. But no matter whatever it is, you need to figure out what you feel comfortable with. So if my diamond shape was to say this low with my hips, that kind of just takes out like your muscle area, you know? So what I probably do, I would head to the floor. Like say it starts from right here and puffs out at your hips, then goes sharp right back down. I would literally use that to my advantage. So whether that's coming down, maybe getting a little lower, too low to the ground. My shape goes from up here down that way. I'm going to extend it so I don't just look so weird right here, right? I'm gonna find myself a spot where I can show my body, show what I have, show that these hips look good, and depending on what way your curves are, I would either push forward like this and use this as a photo. You can push back. If you want a more powerful stance, do something like this. If you want a more girly stance, push out your hands behind you, or have them up, and that way you can show your face too if you want. Have them up and give yourself a free look, right? If I had diamond shape that came up this far, like it's not a low diamond shape but a high diamond shape, I would head straight to a door. All I'm going to do is I want to figure out exactly where it goes out at. I'm using a door to my advantage. So if I know that one part of my diamond is right here, I'm pushing with that part. I'm not going to fight against the diamond. Not at all. I'm pushing with that part. Say I want to make it look a little smaller, I'll put my leg right in front of me. I wanted it to look a bit sharper. Cross your leg out, right? Now I just have to worry about this other part. I will extend my hands in a way that looks very effortless. Hand out, hand on top, pulling back in an effortless way. You want to show it? Not too much. Hands, pull on up so it'll look effortless. Spreading your legs out a little. Pressing up to the side with one hip. So maybe that's me pulling down, giving you a good bend and snap, you know. from a side to where folks can't see, you know, pointing your body, bending down to where you can't even see that shape anymore, because now it's just upper body and this down here. But of course, don't make it look like you're in Vogue, like you're just doing something random. Getting on one knee if you're working out, right? To show that I'm in shape, or pushing. Not in a way you're covering your body, but like pushing forward. I would do a queen pose. So if you ever seen folks get on a knee, push up their chest, turn, either show body with like a little triangle, push like this, or show like a little royalty stance, push your head up for a more bolder look. So like this would look very good too if you're trying to hide part of that diamond shape. Then we have an inverted triangle shape that kind of looks like a diamond. You need to pick the spot that you want to focus on, if that makes sense. If you like the way your broad shoulders look, working with this and giving yourself angles with that. That could be twisting to the side, show your body, pushing back. Can't see everything, but imagine this pose like on the bed, right? Push it back, twisting to the side, but not too much where you're taking it off. You still want to see that triangle. Maybe leaning to one side and then giving your body something like this. Say that you want the little skinty minty part. This is a good pose. Listen, I hate to say it, but getting on your knees solves a lot of problems. You're showing your good shape, you're something effortlessly. This crossing one, well, it's not crossing one over the other. Putting your left and right on the other to give a little bit of a swirl, I guess you could say. Not exactly a swirl, but show different angles, and then picking what you want to do with this upper body. Do you want to puff it up? Do you want to move it to the side? Do you not really want to show a lot of your triangle? This can be a bit more suggestive, like you're modeling, but again, it should look effortless. Do you want to lean back? Do you want to just show your body? And of course, depending on what outfit you're wearing, changes this a lot. I would avoid putting up my arms, and I would do what I could to show what makes my body. Put your hands right here, so it's almost like a little bit of like a royal pose. Twisting your body, raising your head. So you still get that triangle down here. Spread your arms out so you're still getting that triangle. Pull up your knee a little. Keep this other one crossed. Twist into one of your shoulders. And then maybe doing the 9 points. Whichever part you feel is better. Okay, so let's do round now. Again, usually when folks look at round, it starts a bit right around here. Goes around and does that. Biggie, if you have a round shape, you're already curvy, there's so much on your side, it might seem like, oh, well, I can't do what such and such has or what an hourglass can do. None of that should matter. It doesn't. You have so many options for curves and twists. Literally almost anything that you do can look poetic. What I would do, would plant to one foot, get one forward, cross my hands, extend up to where you can see all of this body, because I honestly feel no matter what outfit you wear with it, it's just going to give you a curve, you know what I mean? So hands up, pull up, or like I just did, maybe put your hands on your hips, lean forward. So even though it looks like your body is going straight forward, you have curves. So it's going to show those curves and accentuate your body. Don't make it look like a fucking chicken now. That's not what you need. You need to show that. Maybe create some more triangles like this. Make one triangle, keep one down. And honestly, you can even do one from the back. To the knee. Keep one out. Like say I want like a badge pose. Drop a knee. Get one out. Do it to where I'm showing my body. And I can show it like this. Almost like a queen bee pose. Because queen bee is not skinny. She's curvy. She's not round shaped, but it gives the same power as if you were doing something that show a lot of dominance when you have a round shape is what makes the deal. If you already look uncomfortable, it's going to make it worse. Play around a little. Bring it out, flip up, look like you're having fun. One hand down, one hand up. Point at somebody. There's so many things you can do with a round shape. Just play to what makes you happy. That's your boobs, keep it from up top. That's your butt, do it from a little lower angle. There's so many options. If I was doing a pear shape, I would go Greek goddess. Like, I just imagine Aphrodite, right? So for the pear shape, I might want to wear things that are a bit drapey, you know? Because you still have curves on both areas, like an hourglass does, but the thing is that there's a subtlety to your curves. So you want something that feels light and flowy. If I was a goddess and I wanted to feel free, you know, get some clothes that drape. Get you something that feels loose but light is what I would recommend. But if you want something tight, that's completely okay too, because you still have the curves to do it. I would push into these hips no matter what way I could do. Even if I was on the ground, pushing into that hip and maybe just pushing out so you could still see the curve up here for your pear shape. I could see one arm up and one arm to the side, so you're accentuating just curves on curves and almost like blocking it with another one. So if you want a little bit of a prop could be used, a little bit like this. I'm not saying stand like this specifically, but just look at my upper body standing like something like this. And I feel as if no matter where you put it, you could do it, but I would prop on something, you know? I would find either a wall or a corner and prop myself up. Get myself a corner, out, push into one of these curves. I want to make this part look a little bigger. Using my hand to push up, right? And then maybe the other one down. But that can get very awkward. I can see doing a jaguar's pose. So, you know, the stretches that they do. Getting down, I hate to say like getting down on fours, but get down on them fours. Sticking one leg a little bit further than the other, one forward, and showing your body. So depending on how flexible you are, some of you all might have to just stay up here, just lean into one of your shoulders, get one hand up. I would lean into the shoulder of the hand and arm that I have forward, and then it makes these curves right here, maybe right here, maybe right here. But if you can go lower, go lower. Go on my body, showing a good arch. Because you have a pear shape, you'll still be able to see up here, but those hips can be put in and just body look good. You can accentuate it. You can look at it from the side. If I want to look at it from the side, I'm stretching this arm out and I'm still looking over my shoulder, kind of using body. Or if you can go all the way down. I really hope no neighbors come. Or if you can go all the way down with your pear shape. If you need to spread your legs to help yourself out, you can do that. But if not, I would show your curves in a more like effortless but curvy type way. Heck, even a pose like this, have one leg in front of the other, and kind of do like your mama used to do when she asked you to bring the remote. Sit into the shoulder, put this one right here, point at the camera, look at someone. Depending on your eyes, it'll either look like subtle and innocent or bold. Just never make sure it never looks childish, bro. Don't look like a child. That's disgusting. Now let's talk rectangles, right? The thing is, a lot of times people confuse because you have a rectangular shape, you can't pose, but there is always a way to pose. I would do is pick something that makes me happy to focus on. You either may or may not be comfortable with your top or your bottom. If you're not comfortable with both, then I would completely lay out. Completely laying out on the floor, but making your body look good. If I want to make my body look good, I might lift this leg, point the toe on this one, lifting that one out, push my body up. Regardless of the rectangular shape or not, this is going to make you look good. So Of course, if you want a bit of a bolder stance, pull your hands up a little, not too high. This might work depending on how you feel, but just something to where it's like you curve your back and you embrace. Or just go all the way down. Your arm, have them flail, put one above your other, put one down. Do something with your arms. Don't just T-pose. Do not T-pose. But getting something out and just pulling your body back, arching a little, and then looking good on that. And I would honestly take this from above. I would take it from above to show your body, going up to show how your face looks. Or if you just want a full body, push it as far back as you can so it can just show the length of your body. And this is something good if you're short as well too. Pointing this toe out, getting these arms out are going to make you look very, very long. So that's what I would do. The final, being hourglass shape, there are Hewwooos and Youcuts that you can do. Look up a creator that you like that has the same body shape as you, and this goes for everybody, and just do what they do. Me personally, feel like if you got an hourglass shape, you ain't gonna do much, just stand. A stand can't be this. You can't have your shoulders up. Can't do this. It don't work like that. Almost look like you're walking, so it looks effortless, because your body's gonna show regardless. Have space so it's not like anything in your way. And then as you're walking, I want you to not force them hips in the wrong direction, but I want you to sink in those hips. You already got the curves, but you still can see those curves. And then as you go into the other one, it's almost like you're sinking. It's kind of like when we used to watch those movies growing up, the really curvy baddies sink into those walks. So it almost looked mesmerizing because it was like their body was flowing from side to side. Or pick a leg, whichever leg you want, right? Pull it out. You could do it like this. Don't go too far, but do it like to where it's forward and then a little to its right or its left, right? So you still have this shape, but it doesn't look awkward. Lift on that toe a little, and then I would figure out what I'm comfortable doing with my arms. Making a triangle, leaning on something to where you can see all this curve up and down. Or you want your presence to speak for itself. So you just relax yourself, get yourself to a good spot, and almost pop yourself out. So pushing it against a wall or something. And just popping that chest out to show your body. I would advise not putting your arms everywhere, but do it to where it's like, it feels like it just goes along with it, right? It's not awkward. It's a showering your body, like curving and hugging your own body. It's that feeling your body as you go down. I would honestly put it right in those pockets between hip and body and do something like this. Or if it's just one of those where it's almost like you're entrancing somebody and telling them to come here. You know what I mean? So it just depends, you know. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you're liking this video. If there's ever a pose that I did not bring up and you're like, oh, I'm not sure, but I really like it, just try it. There's nothing wrong with trying it and seeing if it brings you comfort or happiness. There, of course, are a million ways to look up poses or copy somebody. Say you're cosplaying to do the sexy outfit. Cosplay and do the pose that they do. But the world is your litter box. You can do whatever you want with it. I feel like these poses are very inclusive, and you could always do a pose that was for a different body type, or look up specific people who have poses that are suited for all body types. There's this famous photographer who had took photos of women in multiple ways, and he made like an 18-layer set of poses to do. Look into that if you would like to, if you just want something basic but you don't want to go somewhere in the professional realm. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment. I'm more than willing to help. And this just isn't for women. I would like to say that right now. Not just for women. Men, theys, it doesn't matter. This is just to accentuate your body. So like, comment, subscribe. subscribe. I will be starting membership soon in a Discord, so if you would like that, let me know. All those YouTubery things, and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye. Let's start with this man is sneezed 9 times.